Chapter 906. Drew had been waiting for Natalia since he arrived at the club. His eyes were glued on her now that she was here. He was shocked to see that Natalia was still as beautiful, flawless, and charming at the age of 50. He was even more certain that he would put all effort into pursuing her. However, never did he expect that the beautiful Natalia, who he had been missing for the past 2 decades, would walk in with Trump, the scumbag who broke her heart. He was agitated by their appearance together and stood up angrily. "Trump Richard! How dare you come here with Natalia? You may not remember what you did to Natalia, but we all do. If not for you, scumbag, she wouldn't have flown to the UK and lived there for so many years. You should be ashamed of yourself. If I were you, I wouldn't have the courage to come at all." Trump was infuriated by his insult that he growled, "Hey, Drew, watch your tongue. People with common sense would know what happened back then. I'm innocent." After huffing, he continued, "Do you think I lived happily ever after for the past 2 decades? No. I am regretful for what happened and felt sorry for her every minute that I live." Drew said firmly, "Good that you regret it. So, it's better for you to just leave. You shouldn't even attend this reunion." Natalia marched forward and tried to ease the mood. "Please, guys, stop bringing up the past already. We aren't so young as to be so gossipy and nosy. What's there to say to a bunch of people in their 50s? She looked around and said, "I've personally invited all of you today, so I hope there won't be any disputes among you all." Trump smirked triumphantly and said, "Hey, Drew, do you hear that? Who do you think you are to kick me out of here?" Then, he slapped his forehead and said, "Oh, right, I forgot to tell you, I didn't just come here with Natalia. I picked her up from the hotel she's staying early this morning, then brought her to our university to stroll around, reminiscing our youthful memories there, before coming here to meet you. Why? Do you have a problem with that?" Drew was extremely frustrated by Trump's mockery. After all, unlike Trump, he had always had unrequited love for Natalia, while Natalia and Trump had been a couple with years of relationship. In fact, back in those days, they were even crowned as a match made in heaven that had been the subject of jealousy and admiration in college. They shared a lot of memories together that made it even ambiguous when Trump said that they went back to school to reminisce about their past. When Drew was gritting his teeth in dismay, the young and handsome Viley walked into the suite and said with a smile, "Mom, I've talked to Uncle Alfie, the Adair family's butler. He has everything under control for your reunion today, so don't worry, sit back and enjoy the gathering." Everyone gaped in surprise when they saw Viley. A woman blurted, "Hey, Natalia, is this your son? How handsome." Natalia nodded and said, "Come, let me introduce you to my son. His name is Viley." Someone else exclaimed, "Oh, Natalia, your son is biracial. Is he the son you had with your English husband?" Natalia laughed out loud. "Of course. Who else could I have had a son with?" Laughter resonated across the suite. Then, Drew asked, "By the way, does Viley have a middle name?" Natalia nodded with a smile and said, "Yes, sure." Everyone asked curiously, "What is it?" Viley smiled politely and began, "My middle name is..." Before he could start, Natalia quickly interjected, "It's our reunion today, not my son's. I don't think he'll be interested in our conversation. Let him leave first."